What's up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy JP, the install guy here, hoping to make your install life a whole lot easier. We're going to go ahead and install the DD Audio 6x9s and the OEM replacement 2 3/4 speakers for the dash, and add the 4-channel amplifier inside the vehicle today. If these are the things that you're into, please consider subscribing or following, because that's what we do here at this channel. Anything car audio install, product review related, that's what this channel is about. So in this 2008 Toyota Camry, first thing we want to do before we take the door panel off is we want to wind down the windows. Reason being, when you're removing your factory speaker, the magnet on the back is going to be really shallow. If we're installing these aftermarket speakers, the magnet in the basket may be a lot deeper, and that could be an issue if it's going to hit the window track or the actual glass. A lot of times you guys will get these pro audio speakers with really big magnets, and they may fit in with the window up, but when you go to roll the window down, it only comes down a quarter of a way or halfway and actually hits the glass. That could be a problem. Now I know this one's not going to do it because we already have the DS18 in here. We're swapping it out for the DD Audio, so let's go ahead and get to taking this one off. But that is something that we do every single time. For the 08 Camry, you want to start by removing this little triangle piece right here, only held in with 2 clips. Next, there's usually a push pin. I don't have one in this car, but you will actually remove that part. Then you want to take your panel removal tool, pop this off, and pop that off. There's going to be a Phillips here and 2 Phillips right here at the top and the bottom. So those are the only 3 screws that's actually holding this door panel on. But another thing I like to do is go ahead and remove this little light. It has 1 harness. And then when we take this off, it just makes it easier for the removal. This door panel has been off plenty of times, so I'm just gonna take my hand down here and start popping out some of these clips. I'm gonna lift up on the door panel. Remember, your white one goes at the top, green one goes at the bottom. Wire harness right here, and the whole door panel comes off just like that. So let's go ahead and take the DS18 out. All right, we did utilize the speaker harness on this one. We're not going to use that this time, so we're just going to take that out. Now that we got the door done, we need to come up here to the dash speaker location. Now, I'm pretty sure I already took these out prior, like back in the day. Yep. Yeah, I already took those out. Remember, we did all these quick disconnects because we want all of our speaker wires to meet right here in the kick panel. But first, we're going to try to just fish this down to see if it comes down to the bottom, and it's kind of seeming like it will. Yep, no problem at all. Literally just fish that one straight down to the bottom. You just got to be aware of the AC duct that's coming through this vent, but we have this one going in at the top. That one was super duper easy. Now, to be honest, I kind of lucked out with this car because I don't actually have a harness or what you would call a Molex plug right here. It is only a boot, so I should be able to pull this part out. Yeah, so sorry I couldn't record that part. I did have to use 2 hands, but we have it through the grommet. We are going in through that side. This one has a little pointy end on this part first, so it makes it easier to kind of fish through the wires. But that right there is going through there, coming out of there, and I am going to bend it if I can't use my hand to kind of find where it's coming from the inside. So next, what we want to do is take the wire coming off of our 6x9, and we want to electrical tape that to the wire pulling tool, and then we want to pull it all the way through to the inside of the car. Now, one thing that I suggest you guys get is some type of lubricant. What I usually like to use is dry lube. I've done videos on that before. You spray this, spray the grommet, and you can pull it all the way through. Doesn't matter how dry or rigid this part is. It allows you to pull wires through the grommet and not have to worry about leaving a really bad residue, because it dries up. It dries up pretty fast, but it's lubricated enough to where you can go through the rubber boot. I don't have that, so I'm gonna have to kind of rough it out on this one. It sucked just about as much as I thought it was gonna suck. But we got the speaker put in, the boot is back installed, and we got our speaker wire right here Speaker wire right here coming in, meeting at the kick panel, just like we wanted to for a quick disconnection. It's going to make it easy to troubleshoot. And remember, we got white for the driver's side and we got the black over there for the passenger side. I went on ahead and put our amp board right up under the passenger seat. I went on ahead and took the passenger seat out because we don't necessarily need it in. Now, this is the part that I was telling y'all. I told y'all I had a break in the carpet. So I already have the power, the ground, and the remote going straight to the back. RCAs and speaker wires are going up under this part of the carpet, going into our center console to where the RCAs can go in behind the radio and the speaker wire can go to the other side. And now we got that hooked up. We'll tuck that right up under the carpet, probably zip tie the slack right over here in the kick panel. So now we're back here in the back with the SMD 2K amp board that we did previously, and we're going to go ahead and add our connections for our 4-channel amplifier. So let's go ahead and knock that part out. What I usually do is I like to take some of my scrap. This right here is 1/4 inch. That's what I actually cut off of this board on that piece right here. This right here is 1/4 inch. What we're going to do is we're going to put this up under the carpet where I'm going to be mounting it. That way it goes through the board, through the carpet, and then into this. We do not want to drill into the vehicle at any point in time. This is going to act as a barrier, and it's going to also keep this thing mounted in place. Now, you don't have to have a real long piece just like this. If you know that you're going to mount right here, then just cut you off a small little strip, put it up under the carpet, and then place it on top, and then you just drill in straight through here, and then you can save some material. But what I want to do is I want to put one screw right here at the top, and then maybe one in these 2 corners, and that's going to be all we need for this amp not to move anywhere. All right, y'all, so as you can see, we finally got the 4-channel installed and mounted. It's looking good. I don't care what anybody else say. I like the way that it looks. We have the things mounted. Remember, I told you about the 1/4 inch ABS plastic strips that you can put up under here to mount in between the carpet. The type of screws that we're using are number 8 Phillips inch screws. We got about a 1/4 inch of plastic at the top. We got a 1/4 inch of plastic at the bottom, and that you probably have a 1/4 inch of carpet, but that carpet's so soft it's going to squeeze in between the two. So we just went with 1 inch screws, and that's more than enough to go between all 3 of the materials. We have the 2 in the back, and we got the 1 in the front. Now, I'm only going to do a slight tune on this one. I'm not going to record it because I want to actually show you guys how to properly tune a 4-channel amplifier in another video. So this will actually be part 3. This video, part 4, will be how to tune a 4-channel amplifier, where we'll use the O-scope and the DD1 so I can show you simultaneously how to get the cleanest RCA signal into this amp to get the cleanest power coming out of this amplifier, because now we have individual speaker wires going to all the speakers. We do not have anything coming from the radio. So all the tuning that we did in previous videos, we got to do it all the way over anyway, because this 4-channel changed the whole game. I'll also show you how to use the CC1 to dial in your crossovers, and it'll just be a whole little situation. So I want it to be its own dedicated video. But if you find any type of value in this one and the other ones, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment if you want to. Till next time, this your boy JP signing out, telling y'all to keep going, keep growing, and have a blessed day. Peace.